Good morning, nerds, and I hope you're ready for a little Dungeons and Dragons at the crack of dawn. As we embark on a nightly quest at the break of day, I just wanted to squeeze in a quick thank you before we begin. This is the audio only version of a long distance tabletop RPG session streamed live on Twitch every Monday morning. So without further delay, let's get into today's session.
Good morning, nerds, and welcome to another episode of Tethered by the Table. My name is Nathan, and I chose to be a dungeon master because I like psychologically testing my friends.
It's terrible. Um, Hi
But I'm
guys.
honest.
Yeah, we usually discourage splitting the party, but that was until real life forced us to play remotely. But welcome to the stream. I'm Megan.
That's
Thanks
a
for
good
being with
one.
us.
I like that one. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I don't know if you just heard the computer boot up in the background. But we are here with significantly less distractions this time, here to continue another
Yes.
episode of Tethered by the Table. And so, Um, uh, yeah, this one. If the copy hasn't hit yet and you fall back asleep, or you just can't stand to look at us, don't worry. The recording of these sessions, as well as an audio-only version, will be posted on our YouTube channel the following Friday. You can find our channel by searching Tether by the Table on YouTube or following the link in our bio. We also have an Instagram that you can go follow and a TikTok now that I haven't posted anything on just yet, but content will come. But we're
Nice.
starting to get quite the big digital footprint. And so go ahead and check us out on any of those platforms. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify. And with your permission, Megan, are you ready to get started?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
So, um, where were we last time? I know it was quite kind of crazy, but
It
at least
was
what do you remember what we're doing?
ish, a little boy trying to get my attention. No, well, if you
Don't
joined
talk
us
about me that way.
last time, if you joined us last time, thank you for, well, first, sorry for, I thought maybe we could potentially do a stream without family members bugging us, but lo and behold, that did not happen.
Yeah.
So it's kind of chaotic. But so Dentith and I, we made our way up to the top where we found just like just a crazy amount of like zombies and oh, I guess are they considered ghouls? If
I mean,
we
there are
talked
some
about this
ghouls
before.
involved. There's
Oh yeah,
zombies, there's
there's ghouls,
skeletons,
there's
ghouls,
zombies.
big
Yeah,
old
just
ogre
like
zombie.
yeah, just your normal playground for a necromancer.
Mhm.
And then we make our way up there, and then we find this guy. I think his name is Car. Is it Caar?
It's CAAB, technically. His name is
It's a
Cab.
cab. What I knew it was one of those
Yeah, I mean, it's close enough.
motorized vehicles. But so cab. So he's this necromancer. He's like sprouting stuff, reading from a book, and then we find oh, what's his face? The head enforcer. Um,
Panic, Panic Pelt.
Tannic.
Captain Panic Pelt.
Tannic. Yes, we find Tannic, and he's being held captive there, and then so we make our way and then all of a sudden the viceroy appears and lo and behold Cab and the viceroy are brothers and there's some sibling rivalry going on. Cab is the youngest. But yeah, he's just, he couldn't give up the past. He's upset with his brother. He wants some revenge. And yeah, and then we're in the middle of a fight. And so from there, we had to stop due to other circumstances.
Yes. All right. I had to make sure to see. I had to see how much you were paying attention during my big ol' boss fight cutscene system. So yes, that seems about right. I mean, ultimately, we are fighting here. We had to I had to recheck the past stream just to figure out where we like left off, like specifically. But you have just destroyed the little like altar area with your big old dragon tail and thrown a book, seeming to be a book that Cav holds near and dear to his heart. Um, you attempted to throw it off the tower, I think, but it only got like to the edge here. Um,
Yeah.
but ultimately, either way, Cab was shook. because his precious book is going away. Let's see. Trying to take a look. Oh, it does keep all combat right here. Perfect. I thought I was gonna have to restart a lot. So, at this point, I believe it is your turn, and since I'm a
Okay.
lover of action economy, I'll let it be your turn again, just so you kind of get an extra hit in there, and I'm nice to you. So, is there anything that you would like to do in this turn?
Am I paralyzed still?
You are not
Let's see.
paralyzed.
Sweet.
I
Wait,
think your
okay.
thunder is
All
going
right,
to
so
turn.
it's
Oh,
me and
let me
this
go here.
freaking ghoul sea. Okay. All right, I have the dragon tail here. I'm going to I'm gonna move the dragon tail. Let me see. So that I can use it to hit this ghoul. So
Yeah.
it's kind of in between us, but
And I do
dra-
apologize. I have been getting sick, and so I have this really bad cough, and I'm still deciding whether or not I want to turn my camera off every time I cough, or I just want you guys to like see it. But if I sound, I had this, which is really nice because whenever family gets in town, I get sick like 2 days before, but now I've just gotten sick 2 days after, and it's. I mean, I guess that's better. I didn't want to be sick in the first place, but at least I'm not sick when family's over.
that's true. At that point, it's like who's getting you? Well, I would wonder who's getting you sick because with a bunch of babies, the babies get
It's
me
everybody.
sick. But
It's everybody. Little kids are disgusting.
they could literally create a whole new genome of diseases just by being together.
I think that's what they do. I think that all of our kids that come from the daycares.
Okay, so I want to go diagonally.
Hmm.
And so, boom, moved. And so now it's going to come up and smack Kagul too. Like, let's
It's
see.
like smack them. All right, I dig it. I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to find your freaking dragon tail again, so I can start looking at the damage. What does the damage do? What
All
is
right, let's see. It's
attack?
under. Okay,
Here it is. Tentacle
you
of the
can see
attack.
it.
Okay. Magically
Tattoos.
summon
Okay,
a spectral tentacle.
on a hit. Okay, so I need to make it. I need to roll. Okay, let's try. Let's do this one. Okay, that is a 25 hit you.
Um. Yes, it does. 25 hit. Roll for damage.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. I really should put these. You're a D8. Yeah, okay. No, you're a D. No, you're a. That is a 7 damage.
7 damage. Hell yeah. 7 damage with cold.
Yes. Yes, cold
Nice.
damage.
Nice. Okay. So the dragon tail comes up and like, are you wanting to like land on the ghoul or are you trying to like swipe it?
Swipe it.
Okay. So you swipe the ghoul, and it kind of I mean this is a massive dragon tail that kind of hits this ghoul here, and you kind of see him kind of fold on the side as it hits his ribs. And even though he is undead, you still hear some like kind of bones crack, and he shrieks in pain as all of a sudden this big old dragon tail kind of makes connection with his side, and he is hurt there. Now, anything you want to do? Is that all your turn?
Yes.
Is there anything else that you want to do?
Oh, yeah, that was just my bonus action.
I don't
All
know. What's
right,
your
so
actual action?
I'm going to disengage
Disengage. Okay, all right.
and I'm running towards the book.
Oh,
5,
dang.
10, 15, 20. Now I don't have any actions left, but just so you know, my plan
You
is to
you're gonna look at it.
pocket. I'm gonna pocket the book. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna
you're
look
gonna
at it.
pocket the book. Dang.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, in that case, then we're gonna move to the next tier. The ogre zombie down here in the mess of people here is going to attack. Oh, who do I feel like picking on today? It's gonna attack Panic. I'm gonna just have him attack Panic. I'm gonna speed through this here. That hits with that much damage. So the ogre zombie kind of lifts up kind of two rotten fists and everything and smacks them down on the ground, catching Tannic in in the swing there, who kind of gets crushed a little bit. We are now going to move to. It is now Cole's turn.
Hey, little buddy. He's in, if I
He's
remember,
underneath
he is
Cab's clothing
underneath.
right now.
Yeah, he is like latched onto him. All right. All right, let me see. He, ooh, what should he do? Okay, he's gonna try to sting Cab.
Okay.
So you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw, and this guy
I know
loves Constitution saving throws.
he does.
That's
Oh,
24.
oh, dang. Okay, he failed that.
Does he have
I well,
bonus action and
no,
action, or is it just a sting?
I I think yeah, I think it's just his actions.
Yeah. Dang.
It's okay. Now I
Poor guy.
figured, it's the start of the day.
He's
Let's
we're
try it
waking up.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I
dice are
rolled
waking
pretty
up.
high. Yeah.
I dig it. Okay. Which means anything else that Toll wants to do.
No, he doesn't want to do nothing else.
Here, and I just had this idea and I want to give it to you. If he has no bonus actions, just because I want his bonus. If you want, a bonus action can be a loot bonus action where he can
Oh,
go
a
ahead
loot.
and try
Okay.
to take to try to pickpocket whoever he is on. Um,
I
and
like it.
so
Yeah.
for a bonus action, I'll let you do like a sleight of hand check. Well, I'm trying to think of what that is
I
for him.
think,
Is that a
well, Cab is currently
dexterity?
missing a finger because
Yeah,
Toll took his ring.
but he has 9 more. Dexterity is the sleight of hand check, right? Yes, it is. So you can roll a dexterity check, which is just going to be a d20 plus 2 for toll.
All right. Let's go,
Just see if
little
you get
buddy.
anything off of him. Just because he's looking
That's
for things to
funny.
do. If he can't sting, he might as well look for something.
That is a dirty 20.
A dirty 20, hell yeah. While he is running around trying to stab his tail into Cab's body and everything, he just can't seem to get his tail kind of in the striking position because of the clothing that's right above him. And but while he's under there, he does find a beautiful gold necklace, kind of like a with like multiple like kind of charms and runes. It's not necessarily a magical it's not really a magical necklace, but it's like the equivalent of a high fantasy like zodiac sign, like necklace or anything. That's how blinged up this
Okay.
cab is. And so you found just a nice golden necklace with um a couple of runes on there. So now it is Cab's turn here. So Cab, when he sees all of this happen, the dragon tail summoned from the depths here, smashed his altar, throw his book, and sees you running for the book. He kind of forgets about everything else that's around him and kind of is looking here. And you can kind of hear over the cacophony of battle him kind of you begin to I'm trying to pull up where my notes are. He sees all of this happening. He kind of his eyes like narrow straight on you, and you can hear him say, "The power of a dragon." It turns out that we might not be as different as I had initially thought. You may be useful to me yet. This changes things, but not enough for me to stop what is already in motion. And I don't know how you feel about me doing this, but I'm gonna do some video game cutscening here. Ultimately, as he finishes saying that and kind of it's too late to stop what's happening now, he raises his hands and the green mist kind of follow like kind of wraps around his wrists. And the whole tower begins to kind of quiver and shake as eventually as it starts to rumble. And if I'm trying to think of how best to describe this ultimately, since you're so close to the edge, you actually kind of are able to peek over the edge, and you can start seeing that's on the very base of the tower. If you look on the outside of it, some of the cobblestones and other rocks begin to kind of shake and push out of the building as zombified corpses' hands start pushing through the wall, start clawing their way through the bottom floors walls, and the whole kind of tower begins to sway and shake as hundreds and I have hundreds of hands start pushing their way through the wall and kind of are clawing out the first floor of this tower, and eventually kind of you start seeing some of the cracks and crevices start like kind of appearing on the top floor as the building is almost getting torn apart by whatever is coming out of the bottom of this tower. Now,
What?
um, at this time, you see everything. There is madness. There is chaos happening right here. There is a zombie, an ogre zombie banging and smashing whatever zombie ogre zombies do. Zombies and ghouls and skeletons all fighting amongst your friends. All Cab is it's whispering incantations, but as you're watching, kind of just this tower fall apart due to the powers of the undead, time begins to slow down, and almost everything comes into like a slow motion crawl as yet another Doctor Strange portal opens up, and another man walks out onto the roof, and it is oh, what's his name? What's his name? What's his name? It is Laeth Zalvarel. And if you would remember who Laeth Zalvarel is, that is the librarian from the Silgutar Library. He comes out with his kind of plated, fancy robes, his hands glowing with kind of an orange power to them, and he looks and goes, "Viceroy, and Panic Pelt, Marlowe, you need to come with me. There's something gravely wrong."
What the heck? Where did he
Yeah, I
Amtrak?
guess I should have. I should have showed him where he came from. One second while oh, I gotta pull up. I got so many tabs going here, but I'm so happy I have all my screens now. It's so amazing.
Oh,
Let's
I
see.
know. Like, it's amazing how just I only have two, but it's like, and having my little mouse and the like
Tell me about it.
keyboard.
Yeah. He's gonna kind of come right here. No, that's not a good picture of him, and he looks much more evil in this photo
Yeah,
here.
he looks
Uh,
creepy a little bit.
but trust me, he is a friend. Layeth, Layeth. Okay. And
He's over
he
there.
comes up here, and he's like, "We Everyone, we need to get out of here. This tower is about to blow or about to crumble. Everyone, come here!" And ultimately, time has slowed for pretty much everyone except, as you notice, you, Panic, Dentith, and Immoral are all able to kind of move at
Oh,
regular speed. And what do you
okay.
want to do in this situation?
I'm going to I want to snag the book,
Hmm.
so I want to pick that up
Okay.
and put it in my
And as you pick
possessions.
up the book, it kind of drags almost through the air due to like the time freezing that's going on, almost like you're having to like pull it through time and everything. It doesn't really affect. I just wanted to add that for cool flavor. But you're able to put the book
That's
into your backpack. Mhm.
okay. All right, and then I'm going to run. Well, obviously, I'm going to run towards him.
Okay.
I'm going to run, and then while I'm doing that, I'm going to snap my fingers, which just makes Toll disappear.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
he's not
You're not gonna be stuck here. Yeah.
within. Yeah, he's not stuck. And then I'm going to snap my fingers again, and then he's going to appear right back on my shoulder
Perfect. Awesome.
because I'm
So
using Bride Familiar.
I like it. So ultimately, um, pretty much you start to run over where Laeth is, and Panic and Dentith are able to kind of shimmy through who's like kind of fighting them as like zombies, like hands are like clawing through the air in slow motion. Everyone kind of gathers over to Laeth, and he's like, "We need to get out of here." And so he pulls kind of all of you guys um, through kind of the portal that he had opened up, and you find yourselves. I'm going to pause the VTT because I don't have a map for this yet. But you find yourselves all on the footsteps of the Abbasia back at Cyanidel, all the way back in the city that you had left 3 days ago. And as you kind of come out, you land on your feet. Immoral kind of stumbles through the portal, and Dentith walks through and immediately kind of doubles over and begins to puke because he's not used to kind of that magical pull and everything. And Tanik it kind of comes out in a hurry and begins to like look around as everything kind of is back to normal. Everything is kind of as in like time wise, nothing is slowed down. And Leith is like, there's something very wrong. And Emerald kind of walks out a little further under the steps where he can see up into the mountains. Where you can see up in the mountains where Stormwatch Tower is because it is visible from Cyanidel. And as pretty much as he's looking, you see kind of just like a look of terror as he's like, we need to close the gates. Someone close the gates. Do you want us to look at what Stormwatch Tower is doing?
Yeah.
So, as you step forward and kind of as you're doing that, the people around, because of course this is the bustling marketplace that have been kind of have been alerted because the ground is shaking, kind of
Mhm.
a little bit, and then people begin to kind of walk out of the Avid Sea. It's kind of an open. There's not really any like front wall to the Avid Sea. It's kind of just like pillars that you can like walk down on the steps to, and people begin to kind of gather around this front steps where you can look up onto the mountain and you see that what once with so much towers, the bottom begins to kind of crumble, and the whole tower just kind of splits and falls down to rubble as you can barely see. It looks almost like an anthill. Um, just by like the size of hole that is underneath Stormwatch Tower, and undead and zombies are spilling out of the hole, running down the mountain towards Cyanidel. And Emerald and the Viceroy's, we need to, somebody close the gates. And Tannic begins to panic. He goes, soldiers, soldiers, and all guards that were around the Abbot Sea trying to keep the peace, all enforcers that were on the streets doing patrols, they begin to kind of panic, and people are running up to certain buildings and calling alarms. You're hearing horns and alarms going off just to as people begin to kind of panic as you're seeing just a horde, almost like a moving ocean of dark gray is heading from the top of the mountain down. Now, ultimately, I mean, it is a 3-day trek, but these are zombies that are running at breakneck speed that seemingly are not faltering or I'm trying to think of the right word.
Right.
They're not getting exhausted, whatever the proper term for that is, and they are running down. You don't have a lot of time. What at this point, what do you want to do? Come on,
I
what do you
am
want to do?
a I am a level 3. Okay. Um,
I'm trying to give you high stakes here.
dang. Dang, Nathan. Jeez. Um, oh, I didn't want to talk to her. There's nothing I can do. I think I wanna plead my case to Trident and ask for more power. I don't know.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. You wanna just plead? You just want to just talk to your patron?
I What else would I do? We have a horde of people. Yeah,
Around this time,
yeah.
ultimately, Tannic will approach you kind of in a little bit of a panic, and he'll be like, look, I don't know you, but you were there up on so much tower, and I'd like to believe that you perhaps could help us in this situation. Um, are you? Can I count on? I need all the hands I can get. Can I count on another warrior? As we endure this onslaught.
Yes, yes. I mean, of course you can. Yeah, we're in this together, and it's either live or die at this moment. So, yeah,
And
I'm
so
with you.
And then he goes, okay, in that case, then we need to head to the gate. We need to close this gate and run with me, please.
Okay.
Okay, and so
So
you guys start taking off
yeah,
towards the
I
gate. Yeah.
stopped my meditation and yeah, he like disrupted me while I was meditating about to go with Trident, and so
Okay.
I start running.
So as you are running towards the gate, he's trying his best to like bark orders at like the guards that are also like kind of showing up on the main road towards the main city gate. It's a I mean, ultimately, Cyanidel is there's a kind of a main kind of plaza, the inner city, as you will, of where most things are. Now, there's cities, there's houses, and there's towns that kind of spread out further than the gates. But really, this trek, even still, is a decent kind of pace away from where the main capital is, and so it's going to take you a little bit to kind of run there. But as guards are kind of appearing on the road and kind of troops are trying to like battle up and gear up and run toward that direction, he's doing his best to bark orders at kind of other people while still talking to you. He's like, "Look, we have one main city gate and everything. That's the closest to us. While there's other ones that are being handled at this time, this one we can do at least by ourselves. There is a the gate can be closed, but it needs to have the brake released in order for the door to close. So ultimately, I mean, he's like, I'm not going to go into details here, but there's heavy weights that fall that ultimately close the gates. In order for us to close the gates, we need to have someone open the brake so that the weights can fall and the doors can close. I need you or somebody to be holding that brake in order for the doors to close, and let's just hope that we get there before the zombies do. And as you are running, you actually notice that not only are they spilling out of this hole, but almost like in other places, like a hive. Um, Parts of the ground are disappearing, and zombies are crawling out of, almost as if the mountain that Stormwatch Tower is on is hollow, and they're just now showing just how many exits they have from whatever lies deep below in the mountain. Zombies are pouring out of the mountains now. I mean, Stormwatch Towers was 3 days away, but you're seeing some towers that like some holes and zombies hordes that you passed maybe on day two, maybe on day one. They're getting much closer, much quicker than you thought you had time for. But however, you do eventually run across the main gates of the town. And I do have a little bit of a map here as I pull this up. One moment. Now, I'll be completely honest here. I didn't like on Stormwatch Towers where there was lots of enemies and you had to kind of sit there and wait and everything. So there, I want you to assume that there is much more battling and much more people involved, but I have shrunken down on the scale that you are handling. And so I don't want you to be like, oh, really? There's like only like three or four zombies. But I to preserve just how long you're waiting between people, um, you're dealing on a very kind of smaller, very focused area here. But
Yeah,
let me get the little things prepared here while I take a look.
this was not how I anticipated spending my morning.
Hitting hordes. Uh, now I meant to ask you before we started moving. Was there any? I guess the question is, did you want to bring Dentith along, or do you want Dentith
Well,
to recoup after his little teleportation thing?
well, I figured he was either, I don't know, it depends on who was if someone dragged him along. So either he's talking this because I was once we got through, my mind stopped focusing on dead tip.
Okay, so
So
Dentith was left behind in this situation.
yeah, he could be doing something else, or he could be helping anywhere, but I don't know.
Okay, perfect. So, um, and also while I was building this map, I realized I have a habit of making maps far too big. I feel like I don't have, I could save some space. All right, but if we're taking a look at the virtual tabletop, boom,
Okay.
I'm gonna navigate over to the virtual tabletop. So if I just kind of explain a
Okay, I
couple of
see.
things first. All right, so you are, oh, wrong button. I need this one. You are here. Kind of up here
Mhm.
is the main city gates. And there's imagine, just because I didn't want to make like moving parts, imagine that the doors are like, oh, I cannot draw a straight line on a mouse. The doors are like this, like that, wide
Okay.
open currently. And these are kind of the hinges that they go on. And then these are like two kind of like guard post towers that are outside of the gate.
Okay.
And at this point, you get here and you can see through kind of the frame that the gates create, hordes of zombies very close, probably within at most 30 seconds of where you're at now. What do you want to do?
Okay. All right. And each round is 6 seconds. Okay. So where's this break I have to
Yes, and Tanic
initiate?
is gonna look because it's on the third floor on the right hand side tower.
Third floor on the right hand side tower. Okay. Okay.
You want Toll to be operating independently or with you?
He's going to be with me.
Perfect. Okay. I'm putting you into initiative, not because you are in combat, but here you go.
All right. Third story floor. We're going back to the jump. So
Yes.
can I cast jump and just be able to reach the third floor
Let's
without
see.
having to run up the stairs?
Oh, see with this jump, I really need to start making sure I understand how tall things are. So how tall is this a regular floor? Trying to like think of how tall are how tall are.
well, my ceilings are 15-foot ceilings.
15 feet. Typical
That
floor
seems
to
pretty
floor
tall.
height in a building varies generally from 9 to 10 feet in residential buildings and 10 to 12 feet in commercial buildings. Uh, is a guard tower a commercial building? Let's see.
Okay, I think more so the question is, what are these guard towers looking for? Like, in what era are we in? Are they building super tall ones? Or are they wanting to see super far across? Is it like a lighthouse where they need to
That's
see
true.
very far?
But I mean, there's
Or is
three
it more
feet. There's
local?
3 floors, and so I think they'd be able to get the range there. And so um, I'm thinking we'll just kind of do it's a flat 10 feet, which means that 3 floors, 30, it's 10 feet, 30. I mean
30
30
feet.
feet,
Okay.
30 feet. So if you can high jump 30 feet, I'm trying to remember what your stats are.
Um, it's my strength, right?
I just need to save that jump stuff. We look this up every time. Um,
I didn't think I would be
uh,
using it so much.
but I mean, it is important to know. Okay, let's see here. If we do a standing jump
You touch a willing creature once
or a
on
high
each of
jump,
its
I mean.
turns.
Okay,
Oh,
you leap in
wait,
the
this
air.
says,
What?
sorry, it says that creature could jump up to 30 feet by spending 10 feet of movement.
Oh,
So
you know what? There's
if
too much.
if I were
Yes,
if I were to just spend
10
some of my
feet. You can just go
10
30.
feet, I could go 30, and then if I give 20, then I could go 60. Oh, but I don't need to go 60. I just need to go
You just need to go
30.
30. I mean, yeah, you could do the jump all the way up to the third floor.
Sweet. Who needs fly when you could just jump?
You could just jump up there. Okay, well in that case, then I need to pause things and get you to the third floor. 1 second.
I mean,
All
like,
right.
I'm gonna turn to Tanik and be like, okay, I'll be there. And he just sees me like
Just like
cast jump
rocket
on
away.
myself. Yeah.
Okay, we are gonna go here. And is Toll still like on you?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
He's a little upset because once again he is not wearing any jewelry
Yeah,
because he
because you got it all
disappeared.
taken away.
I
Okay,
did.
so in that case, then, we are on the third floor, and you land somewhere kind of up here on the tower here. So if things make sense, we have tower A or tower on the right side, tower on the left side. A bridge goes now over the doorway of the gate, and this little star thing here is the brake. Now, ultimately, there is a lever that you can just kind of you have to disengage and then move away from the spinning wheel, and that controls how open the doors are, allowing you to close it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna come over here and I don't want to be stuck holding it. I'm gonna take out my well, I'm gonna pull it. How hard is it to disengage?
I mean, it definitely requires like some weight to be put into the lever just because you're moving it away. But it's not something that takes your full body strength per se.
Okay. I'm going to take out my 50 foot of silk rope
Oh yeah, okay.
and use my knot tying skills because on the ship we do that a lot
Hmm.
and try to
Silk
tie the
rope, and you're good at
handle.
tying knots.
Yeah, yes. Come on, man. I'm gonna tie it and try to. Is there any place where I can like tie the end of it to keep it in place?
Let's see. There are, if you look kind of at the bumpy ridges around the edges, there's
Yeah,
kind of it. They're kind of like little like spires. It adds some like texture to the top of the top railing and everything. And so you would be able to like tie it around maybe like one of those like large stone posts that decorate the top of the tower. If you were, I feel like you'd be able to tie it kind of to one of those posts and keep the break open.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, perfect. So you begin to tie some tie some rope and everything. As you pull the lever away from kind of disengage the brake, you begin to hear kind of the rattling chains start slowly until eventually the you can kind of hear like a large weight beneath you begin to like lower, and the gates begin to close very very slowly, just because they are heavy heavy gates. And but the gate is open, the brake is open, the gates are closing, and it gives you hope, and you're able to tie it to one of these kind of stone posts that keeps the brake open this entire time. Now, while all this has been happening, there is going to be some you see kind of down below, the zombie horde is now kind of just crossing the final stretch before they actually make it into the gates. And actually, at this point, some zombies and some skeletons have reached the threshold and are now kind of in the main area. But as the gates are closing, kind of the guards have now arrived behind you and are actively fighting all of these undead hordes that are coming through the gate there. And but but ultimately, I mean, Panic is on the floor. Panic is on the ground because you've just jumped away from him, and he doesn't really know what to do. But he begins to fight alongside his comrades here. But as of course, I mean, all that's happening. Some zombies and some skeletons either are climbing up the walls around you or are entering the kind of the bottom floor door, and you'll find that some have actually made it through. So give me just 1 second while I pair this. My whole thing is glitching out. 1 second. One moment. In the meantime, um, Megan, tell us a joke.
All right, so three wizards walk into a bar, and you would at least think one of them saw
Okay, come on.
it.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 moment. My thing is freaking out. I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna refresh
Why do paladins prefer chainmail?
for chainmail. Uh, I don't know.
Because it's holy armor.
Oh, that one. See, that was pretty good. Hey. Okay. We are gonna do here. Okay, and we are back in it. All right, start that. Okay, so all these guards are kind of around you, freak out a little bit when they see that you've like just jumped up into their space here. But um, as that is happening, you start seeing some undead people uh, flanking the stairs and are kind of show up here. So we're gonna start with you on the top. You have some skeletons on your side, a skeleton, a zombie on the left-hand side tower. What are you looking to do?
Mm. All right, well, I, I'm looking to freaking cast Tentacle of the Deeps again.
Hmm.
I'm gonna summon that bad boy, and I'm gonna put him. Let's see, right here.
Oh heck yeah! Oh yeah, I
And
see you've been
I was,
practicing with the little
yeah,
dragon tail.
and
I like it.
the goal here,
Hmm.
you can tell me if it's. I I want it to come back and like flick that skeleton like
Oh,
down the staircase to hit.
kind
Oh,
of like
or
pinball him.
yeah, into skeleton B. Just
Okay,
like poof, down
let's
the
see, let's see,
stairs.
let's see. I'm gonna take a look at the tentacle of the deep again. Um, featured in trays. Let's see, tentacle of the deep attacking. Because does it push them?
No idea. I came up with that idea just now.
Let's see. Within 10 feet of it on a hit, target takes. Speed is reduced 10
Oh,
feet at the start of your next turn.
I always forget this. The speed is reduced by 10
That
feet.
is
I
true.
always forget.
Um, I mean, it doesn't really push, and so I mean, while I'd love to have you smack the crap out of skeletons with your mystical dragon tail, um, I don't think he's gonna push them back, and so I will have to not let that happen. Oh, I forgot to switch back to the virtual tabletop. I'm
I'll
gonna
ask
have
you again.
to pass on the pinballing.
All right. Okay, so then it's just gonna freaking smash in the skeleton sea. All
Okay.
right, let's see if it hits. And okay, so I was
Sorry, but it is 10 out of 10. It is you have a 10-foot range on the tail, and where the end part of the tail is, that is larger than 10 feet away from the skeleton sea.
dang it.
If you want, if you want me to, you can move where the dragon tail is, but where it is currently positioned, that is not gonna work.
Okay, can I
I don't
move
want to be
it?
that guy, but
No. Wait, it's okay. I expect it from you. I see.
I don't know how I feel about that.
All right, he'll go here then.
Oh, excellent. I like that position.
Okay.
All right, now roll to attack.
All right, and I was also gonna ask because I've just been doing it and it could be completely wrong. I wasn't gonna bring it up because it helps me, but I'll bring it up.
Okay.
So I've been adding six to when I use the tentacle of the deep. I add six to every roll to attack because I thought the hit slash DC plus six meant to add six.
I think so, yeah. I'd say.
Is that right? Oh,
Typically,
okay.
a deep
Yeah.
attack would be +6 to attack, so you roll a d20 plus 6.
Nice. That is a 16 to hit.
Um, and that hits. Roll for damage.
Nice. Okay. All right, D8s. Do you have that die? That one specific die that's just hard for you to find?
Um, no, because all my dice are virtual technically.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That sounds like a you problem, Megan.
It seems like it. That is an 8 damage.
8 damage. Heck yeah. So, describe
And
how your
he's
dragon
re
tail attacks this skeleton.
all right, well, so it's gonna materialize, and then you think it's where like the 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 light is, where it's like,
Mhm.
there's a magic simmering and you think it's there. No, it's on top of the skeleton about to smash him. And so it comes down and smashes and then goes to the
Heck
placement.
yeah. All right, I dig it. So Skeleton Sea absolutely gets demolished by this dragon tail landing on him, and as the dragon tail kind of moves away, the skeleton almost kind of like picks itself back up, like it's magically enchanted, almost kind of like I was trying not to say like dry bones from Mario, but he kind of builds himself back up and is ready to fight again. And is there anything else you want to do on your turn? Oh, jeez. I don't know why my house has been oh, hold on. Did I lose you? I'm still here. Oh, geez, 1 second. It just totally ruined all my stuff. Give me one moment. Sorry about that. My house has been having power outages for who knows how long. I don't know if it's like a neighborhood thing or if it's just a my house thing. But we're back now. So, anything else that you want to do with your attack?
Yes. So with my action, I want to run, okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, jump on my dragon tail,
Hmm.
launch myself, and then as I come down, it's within my movement. I'll come down and cast frostbite on the skeleton sea.
Excellent. And frostbite, do you need to be rolling to attack?
So 5, 10,
Oh, no, it's
15,
a
20.
Constitution saving throw.
There.
Okay. In that case, then this skeleton C is going to Constitution saving throw. That is a 9.
Oh,
Does that work?
it
Is that
does
suitable
not.
for you?
Um, yeah. So you failed.
Oh man.
And I realized I thought I had to be touching them. I just need to see them.
You put
But
you put the bite in frostbite.
so literally I go up and just smash this guy for no reason.
You like
Hand to the
you turn your
face.
fist like through like as like a
Yeah.
frozen icicle and everything.
That
Perfect.
could
So
be cool.
that would be
Okay.
cool. Do you want to change the flavor real quick?
Yeah, run
Mm.
and it's like I'm imagining now, if we're bringing in other media, but you know how Vi has those gauntlets?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I like just gauntlets of
Gauntlet your hand and smack the crap
frostbite.
out of the skeleton.
Yeah.
All right, roll for damage.
Okay.
Or does it do set
Um.
damage? No,
Oh no,
roll
I will.
damage.
Okay, a D6. Oh gosh, there are four. Geez, I really should have these in order. Oh, okay, it's just a cube. Okay.
It's just a cube. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
That is a 4.
4. Excellent.
Yes.
And do you want to maim or
And
kill?
oh wow. Well, I'm killing that bad boy.
Hell yeah.
So 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 this is what happens. I'm running,
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
let me get my little ping. So I
Yeah, yeah.
ran. I was like boof, boof, boof. I jumped up on the dragon tail, and you just see my fists like are
Like
covered in
crystallize,
ice.
yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just coming down, I'm like, yeah, and I wail down on him. And I land on his spot.
Heck yeah. And as your fist connects with his skull, kind of the skull itself kind of shatters. Like it almost as you're getting closer, the skull like freezes and like turns to ice. And then as you make contact, then it kind of shatters like an ice cube would. And the whole body kind of instead of this being this like humanoid kind of orientation, it scatters kind of scatters across the tower, some of the bones falling off the side, and that skeleton is no more. If I press remove, is it gonna? Oh no, it's not gonna remove. Hold on, I have to move your character real quick and then delete this dude. Boop. Okay. All right, and we're back. Okay, and then that is your turn. Anything else that you want to do?
Um, no.
Perfect. Which means it is Toll's turn now. What does Toll want to do?
Oh great. He's gonna fly over. Rather, he's not in it, to be honest. He's not in
He's
he's
not
not
interested in this.
this is really not interested, but seeing how I'm fighting, he figured he would help.
Hmm.
So he's like dejectedly
Yeah.
kind of going with the movements. So 5, oh, where did he start? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So rather slowly, he goes over and he decides to bite this skeleton.
Fight the skeleton. Heck yeah. Roll for damage.
Yeah. Does an 8 hit?
An 8 hit. Let's take a look. An 8 does not hit.
That little
So
bastard is just not caring.
So Tool runs up and he begins to almost like gnaw on like the bones of like the skeleton, and he's like, but his
He's
mouth's
just
just too
looking
small,
back.
and he's like a little chihuahua who has like a full size bone in front of him, and he's just like doing his best, but like it's not doing. And the skeleton bee kind of just
He's,
starts like looking at the dragon that's on him and kind of doesn't really know what to do with it.
let's be honest, he's not doing his best. He's put out. He's upset, so he's acting. All right, so that was the first one. Let me
Okay.
see if the second one he cares a little bit more.
Yeah.
Is it 17 hit?
17 hit. 17 does hit. Yes.
Nice. Okay. All right, and okay. That is a 4 piercing damage.
4 piercing damage. Heck yeah. Let's go here. Perfect. So at this point, he kind of is gnawing a little bit, but he finds just that little bit edge and is able to kind of like clamp his teeth down more onto the bone. And this time the skeleton does like react now to the bite that the Toll is doing, and it does some damage. Yes. So anything else that Toll wants to do?
Nah, he's gonna he's gonna look for loot on this skeleton.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and
Leave the
roll a sleight of
skeleton.
hand.
All right, let's see. Poor bud. That's a 3, 4, 5.
A 5. I mean, there's not much he has to go through for the skeleton. It's not like he's wearing clothes or flesh. But he does find a silver ring on the ring finger of the skeleton's left hand.
Nice. He's gonna put that bad boy on his tail.
Yeah. All right, next we're gonna do the guard captain here. So we're navigating over to the other side of the tower here, where a couple of other creatures have spawned, or not, or have run up. It's not a video game, even though I treat it like one. A guard captain's gonna run over here. He's got what is that? 30 feet. He's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Guard captain's gonna kind of pull out a horn and begin to kind of like to blare the horn as like an alarm, like most of the guards have been doing on the way here. But it is his duty to make sure that the town is aware that they're being attacked by zombies. He's gonna kind of start there and get ready to attack the skeleton A and the zombie that are coming up here. Skeleton A is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We're just gonna kind of speed run this because I know you're not interested if it doesn't have anything to do with you. That hits, that does.
I don't know if that
uh,
was a nice thing to say. But
You're like, should I be offended by that?
we're just passively aggressively insulting each other over here.
Okay, and Stealthy B. Okay, now we're moving back over to your tower here. I meant no ill intent. I'm just trying to speed through the other stuff that because I care more about your character than some guard captain. Okay, Skeleton B, who has Toll on him. He's going to attack Toll, and try to get him off of him. Honestly, I feel like that's Toll's number one advantage is that he just distracts some enemies from you. That you can like, not
That's
everyone is just
true.
focusing on you. They
Yeah.
they start attacking Toll because he's on them. Okay, they're going to do an attack with a short sword here. Does a 7 hit Toll?
No.
Once again, all of these trying to get him off, trying to like, slice him with a sword here, and Toll is just a little too quick, a little too nimble, and can stay out from underneath the blade of Skeleton B. And we're now going to move over to this zombie on the other side here. Zombie on this side. I was gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Go and attack the guard with a slam. And that does not hit the guard captain. The guard captain unsheaths the sword and is able to kind of is has training to fight two different adversaries at the same time, and he falls into regular martial habits here. Now we're gonna go
What a
to
guy.
yeah, he's just badass through and through. Guard A here is gonna go 5, 10, 15. Go help out his dude, and with a spear attack that does not hit. Guard A buckled underneath the pressure. Hardcore. Didn't even stand a chance.
It's
And
his
guard
first
B,
day. First day on the job.
15, 20. He's like, I joined the freaking guard because nothing ever happens, and the day I show up, zombie horde.
It's-
Poor
Yeah,
guy.
could you I'm just imagining like the lore of it because like they're on an island, so I would imagine it's more prone to like go Navy route.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, Navy, you see more
Mm,
like in
yeah.
World Navy. And then the guard and like as a guard, they're like, hey, nothing too bad happens. And then all of a sudden,
City
boom.
who's never seen a war, who never has any issues, island that's never been to war. He's like, I'm in like one of the most protected places. I'm in the trade capital. Everyone's gonna have all their guards here at the trade. No one's gonna attack the trade capital. And then lo and behold, his first day, zombie horde. Poor dude. Poor guy. Guard B is gonna run over here, ready himself up for that to happen. Guard C over on your side is going to run over here. That's a 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then 30. He's kind of like hanging behind the dragon tail. And he's like, yeah, fight him, fight him. And it's kind of like still a little like outside, but totally saw you sucker punch that skeleton. And he's feeling he's beginning to get hyped up, but you could tell he's a little iffy to
Fight
kind of
'em,
get into the
fight 'em.
battle here. So we're gonna go back on the top here, but real quick, as all of this is happening, some more zombies are now crawling up this side of the building and then jumping down onto on the platform here, which means right there and right there. Um, and over on this side, we're gonna have the skeleton here who's now crawled up onto the the other side here. Okay, which means it is still your turn. What are you looking to do?
Okay, I'm going to cast Lightning Lure on Skeleton B. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. And that's a strength saving throw on you.
Strength saving throw. Excellent. Skeleton B is going to do a strength saving throw. That is a 4. Does that do anything here?
So he is going to be pulled up to 10 feet in a straight line towards me. So he's going to be oof, 5, 5, 10 right here.
Okay. And are we saying the toll is on him? Do we be moving him as well?
Um,
Or do you want toll to stay put?
he stayed put.
Oh, okay. I'll move him back. Yeah.
And
Ding.
and then he's gonna take 1d8 lightning damage if he's within 5 feet of me, which he is.
Heck yeah.
Nice, okay, it's this one. And that is an 8.
An 8? Do you
Yeah,
want to
8
maim or
out of an
kill?
8.
Hell yeah, going
Yeah,
maim or kill.
we're killing that bad boy.
Okay,
So
what does it look like?
so he gets pulled to me, and all of a sudden, all he sees, they seem kind of expressionless at first, but then
Yeah.
you see, I'm trying to, okay, imagine you're the zombie, or no, the skeleton.
Yeah.
You get all of a sudden pulled.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, when you get pulled to that spot, the last thing you see is like the atomic bomb light. And it's like,
And if a zombie could show horror, he shows horror on his skeletal
yes,
face
you
as
just
he
you just see the light filled of the hollow eyelids or the hollow eye sockets. It's just light. And for the first time, you think, man, maybe skeletons do feel pain.
cold line. And these skeleton's bones are charred to dust with the sheer electricity emanating from Marlowe, and he is no more. All right, and is that your action? Is there anything else that you want to do?
Um, yeah, I'm gonna move my guy, my dragon tail.
Okay.
So, sometimes I'm like, the dragon tail takes a little bit more to actually do. Okay, let's move
No, I
you.
mean, take your time. Be artistic with this.
Okay, so I can move it within 60 feet. So if it was here, 5, 10, 15,
60 feet of it
20.
or 60 feet of you?
Let me double. Oh, from me. So let me
Okay.
go. Thank you for catching it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay, so this bad boy is just gonna go the whole other direction.
You're going for zombie B,
Or
aren't you?
yeah, I am.
Zombie B, first day being a zombie. It's like nothing ever bad happens when you're a zombie. Shows up outside of this tower, dragon tail, right in front of
Yeah.
him.
It's like this old grandmother. He's like, I can't wait to be dead, and then it becomes a
Huzzah! I'm a
zombie.
zombie now.
All right, and then it's gonna, so it can't
I thought
push,
only bad
but
things happen to revenants. Okay. Yeah,
and
yeah.
then so he's gonna come up. Same thing. The zombie's chilling. Sees this glowing light. Oh, what's that? And all of a sudden, it looks up, and there's a dragon tail above it, ready to smack it.
Ready. Because you can't attack in this round, so it's just hovering above him menacingly.
Oh no, it
Well,
it will attack. It
it
will
will attack?
attack it. Yeah, because
Oh,
on a
yeah, yeah.
bonus action, I can move it, and once it's moved, it attacks.
No way. Oh, yeah, yeah.
So,
And repeat the attack. All right. I mean, roll to attack. Right?
oh my heck, I read that so wrong. Pull,
What?
okay, it's 30 feet. 5, 10, 15,
That
20, 25, 30. Yeah,
60
I'm
feet didn't
gonna erase
sound
that.
wrong to me. Why did that not sound
Well,
wrong to me?
it's 60 feet, I think, is when I first cast it. So I can
Oh, yeah.
cast it within 60 feet, but moving it is 30.
That is true. Okay.
So sorry, Zombie B, you live to see a couple more moments. So it's actually gonna
Okay, then I can refer to the William Defoe meme where he's looking up in the sky, all like terrified.
yeah, you can. So he's gonna go here instead.
Oh, perfect. Okay. And each time that you draw it, it gets slightly better. It's amazing.
Nice. And then it's gonna hit So zombie C, I'm imagining, looks to zombie B, sees the dragon tails like, man, that really sucks. And then all of a sudden it disappears. And it
Zombie C's
looks
like, man, sucks to be
it,
that
it
dude.
it feels some like rain coming and like drops of water hit its face and looks up and
What's up? Yeah. Okay, all right. And attacks, roll for a damage or for roll for attack.
that is a 21 to hit.
And that hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Nice. All right. That's 10 cold damage.
10 cold damage. Heck yeah. Hold on. Let me double check a couple things. Yes, 10 cold damage for Zombie C. All right. And anything else that you can do on your turn?
No, I use my action in. Well, I guess I could move. So I'll move.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, a 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'll just put myself right there for now.
Perfect. Now, which means it's Toll's turn now.
All right, Toll's gonna come up. And is this, I'm trying to imagine the staircase. You go up. Is this like a little ridge he could fly over?
Yeah, I'd say so. There's like a little like it's hard to display it here on the VTT, but it's like almost like a half wall, like a pony wall, just to
Yeah.
prevent people from walking over the onto the staircase. So yeah, he can fly up and over.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Heck yeah. Ever since
And
Toll found his wings, his little Heimlich wings, he's
yes.
been it's absolutely cruising.
And he's going to bite zombie B. Yeah.
Perfect. Roll to attack.
This is a lot of fun.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're having fun. I'm having fun.
This is like so much. I love my family, but it's so much better than last week.
I'm hearing the knocks on the door right next to me, and I'm like sitting in the
I'm so
laundry room
tired.
on a bar stool with no extra monitor. I understand. I understand.
Okay. Okay, there's a 6 hit. That's for the first bite attack.
It does not, but go ahead and roll
Okay.
for the second one.
That is a dirty 20.
30 20, that also hits. You know, Toll always just has to warm up with the
He
first
does.
bite. Gotta
It's
do
kind of,
little
he's like,
stretches and
yeah, I imagine him breadcrumbing me. He's like, "Oh, am I gonna hit him? Am I gonna hit?"
okay, okay. All right, I dig it.
I don't know.
I like it.
He's still a baby.
Yeah, he's just a little tiny dragon. They're too high
Okay.
of expectations for him. He's like the equivalent of a house cat right now. He may
Yes.
look like a dragon, but he's just a regular house cat. I roll for damage for the other one. And 1 second, hold on. I'm fighting a cough right now. I'm gonna. I don't. I've decided that I don't want you guys to see me cough. I'm gonna go off camera real quick. I'm gonna mute.
Hey guys, what a dweeb.
Heard that. All right. Let's see. Where's my tab here? I need that. Okay. So, describe how Toll bites a zombie.
Well, he missed the first one.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think at that point he's kind of frustrated.
Hmm.
He's like, "No, I will bite you." And then he like becomes a little feral and latches onto the zombie, like
I like
whatever
it.
body part he could see.
Yeah. And the zombie looked up at the dragon tail that summited above it, and then it went away. He's like, "Oh, thank goodness, no more dragons." And then a little Chihuahua dragon jumps at him and starts biting him on his arm. And so, yeah, he just can't catch a break here. We're going
Oh,
to,
he's
okay.
also gonna try to see if the zombie has anything.
Oh yeah, yeah. Roll a sleight
Or
of hand.
okay, let's do it. Should we put parameters on this? So like, should we say like if he like hits it, if he misses or if he hits, he's able to roll for dexterity, or does he do it at like every turn as a bonus action?
I mean, what do you want? Are you worried that you're gonna get too much loot?
He's gonna be a cocky son of a gun.
I
I
mean,
was
you also are the
thinking
one that controls the bonus action. So if you don't want him, if this
you're
is
right.
for like, if this is for you because you know you'll always be tempted to do a sleight of hand check, then sure we can put some
I was
parameters to make sure that you're staying in line. But I mean, it really does. He
yeah.
is your familiar.
I was I'm only thinking, okay, like what's realistic? Is he gonna bite? I feel like he's gonna be too busy if he makes an attack, he's too busy to like biting to actually find
True.
stuff unless he's like latched on and he's like frisking the person with his little hands.
Okay. All right. No,
But
I agree with that. So
look,
if what you're proposing is if he misses his attacks, you can bonus attack into a loot.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, I like it. I think that's very fair and balanced. And also, I was running out of. It gives me more time to think about the loot that you're getting. So I think that's a good idea. Perfect. In that
Hold
case,
on,
then we're gonna
it'll
move
be
over
fun.
to the guard captain on this side. Shoo. Guard captain, uh, regular run-of-the-mill badass here is going to. He's going to attack with his javelin
He's
at the
been living
skeleton
for
here.
this day.
He's been waiting. He joined like 5 years ago. And he's like, I'm just itching for some battle right now. If I
Yeah.
could just every single day he talks about if there was a skeleton here, you know I'd be doing. And he's the type of guy who's like doing like shadow boxing in like the break room. He's like, I'd
Yeah.
do this, get a little bit of that action. And so he's here and he takes his first breath of fresh air and he's like, it's battle time. It's clobbering time.
And he's living up to it.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh,
not just
holy
that
cow.
jock.
He does 13 damage to the skeleton, which knocks him off the map. He with his javelin, he goes and like goes ham on this the freaking skeleton here. Um, I mean, he's a man of his word. Makes short work of that skeleton here. And he's gonna multi-attack into the zombie here, and he's actually going to miss on that zombie. We're gonna forgive it because he totally just went ham on that skeleton. He tries to get an extra hit on the zombie. The zombie's too quick because it's attacking this guard A, and so he's gonna miss on that one. But let's see this skeleton here. He's gonna go for guard B. He's gonna run over this way with a short sword. That does not hit the guard, and so luckily the guard is spared for now. Um, guard was guard A was it the first day on the job for guard A? Is that what was
Yeah.
going on? Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
he's
gonna
like
be
scared. Yeah, I'm trying to
first
make up a
time
story.
first
Garde,
time Finn.
first
That's what his
time
name's gonna
here.
be now. First time Finn is here in the guard
He
B.
decided not to join the Navy. He joined the Guard.
His mom was very concerned. If you join the military, I'll never see my boy again. He's like, Mom, I'm in the guard. We're manning a gate. Nothing's gonna be bad. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be patrolling. I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be like double checking caravans coming in. Nothing. I'm not gonna see battle in my entire life. I just want to feel like I mean something to the society. And now look at him. Now look at him, face to face with the zombie, and he's practically crapping his pants at this point. Okay, skeleton is done. We're gonna go zombie B. Which zombie is this? That's zombie A. Okay. We're gonna
Zombie
navigate
B is
back
the
over
one with the
with
old
Toll.
grandma who just became
Yes,
a
yes, yes, yes.
zombie.
Zombie B. Um,
Oh,
what's the name gonna be? I'm trying to think
Sally.
that's much better than the name I thought.
Or Grammy. That's good.
William Sally. You gotta be quick with those names before I before I start putting whatever I want. Okay. Okay. All right. Sally, wonderful Sally here is going to make a slam attack on Toll. Um, and that is oh damn, Sally got hands. That's a 19 to hit.
Sally's mad.
Sally's freaking angry.
That does hit my poor baby 12.
Okay. And I just rolled that at 7 damage for Toll there. How much health does he normally have? For some reason, we
Gee,
haven't
she
finished his
has
stats.
10.
10 health? What? Dang.
Or, okay, it says, I've been living off of 10. It does say like 3d4 plus 3.
Do you
I'm,
wanna,
ass- I'm
I'll let
assuming
you
that's
roll real
level
quick for,
wise, but
oh, actually, let me take a look. Are you looking at the Find
I would.
Familiar stats or Pseudo
Oh no,
Dragon stats?
I was looking at the pseudo dragon stats.
Let me
But I
see if
guess
it
the
says
find
anything different.
familiar might be good to know if
Find
how their
familiar.
HP works. like levels up and stuff.
I mean, technically, this find familiar. This has nothing to do with what we're looking at, but I was curious about it. You can technically
Mhm.
change Toll's form. Like he's not like that'd be interesting. Like I know you're mostly connected to Toll being a pseudo dragon, but like,
Yeah,
is
he
there,
could be like a fae, or I
you just turn him
assumed
into something else.
my thinking behind it was that it wasn't my decision on whether or not Toll was going to be a dragon. Trident did it
Mm,
to kind
okay,
of push my buttons because she was like, well, because I don't want to be bound to a dragon. I
yeah,
hate dragons. So she's like,
that's
fine,
that's
your familiar
cheeky.
is going to be a pseudo dragon.
That's cheeky. Talk about just. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, why aren't you? Let's see. Yeah, it does say 10. Yeah. Um, I mean, if we want to make sure that I want to give you a little extra edge. Go ahead and roll 3d4 and then add 3 to it. See, and if you get larger than 10, that'll be his max HP.
Okay. So
I
that's his
think at that
max.
point.
So he won't be like leveling up with me.
No, yeah, we're just
Okay.
adjusting his max. I mean, the highest you can get is a 15, which means I don't think either way. I mean, I think Sally's.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh no,
So
Sally,
three. So I
there's a
rolled
chance.
3d4. Oh, those are 6. All right.
Those are the two dice that I get mixed up, though. I will be honest with you. It's the D4 and the
Yeah.
D. So I'm like, oh, 4 sides to the
Yeah.
cube, not for the top two.
4, 5,
I
6,
don't know why it's still
7, 8. So that's 22.
22. How'd you get 22?
3d4, right? So
3d4.
I roll 3d4.
Yeah.
I got a.
But 3d4
I
should be
just
only a
rolled.
maximum of 12, right? Am I thinking things wrong?
All right. Well,
If you got a max 4 on all 3 rolls?
all right. Well, let me do this again. Let's
All
see.
right.
So I roll 1.
Yes.
Okay, that's a 3.
Hmm.
That's a 2. So 3, 4, 5.
Hmm.
And then I roll another one. Oh, well, how did I do it? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then I added to the 10. But that's.
Oh, I see. I see. Um, because so if I'm clarifying things here, when it comes to these stats, it's you can either have 10 or 3d4 plus 3. And so it's like if you don't want to like do the extra math on
Oh.
what their HP is, you can just stick 10. Or if you want to make it more personalized, you can do 3d4 plus 3. And so it will just be the solid 11. So you can, I mean, I guess your choice is you can either have 11 HP or 10 HP.
Oh, well, that freaking sucks. Okay,
I
we'll
mean,
do
he's a little
11.
pseudo dragon. I mean, okay.
So
Okay,
he
so
has 11.
11. All of this information is filled out, yet it's still saying that like there's something wrong with him. I don't know, like if you're well, not necessarily. I mean, if you're looking at that, and if we're going to the technical side here, if you're looking at D&D Beyond, next to Toll, it has a little like asterisk saying like there's still information that needs to be filled out.
Oh,
But I've done it all. I don't know. Oh, enter source. Is it wanting me to enter in source notes? Is that what's going on? If I go like this, will that fix it? I don't freaking know. I don't know why it's not working, but nonetheless, okay, we have 11 health here. I'm gonna just make sure I can do 11 health. You can override. And then he takes 7 health. Heal. Why is it not working? There we go. Okay, and then he takes 7 damage
please.
from Sally.
Okay.
Okay,
So he's
now
at a 4.
he has 4 health now.
Okay.
And did I make him purple or did you make him purple?
I made him purple.
Oh, I like him. I like him. Add a little flair to what's going on here. Okay, so Sally, that is Sally's turn. We're now gonna Zombie C. Zombie C, who's very unfortunately just sitting here, after getting smacked the crap out of that tail here, is going to run towards you, Marlowe. But as he
Okay.
runs, Do I want to railroad? I guess here I'll. Do you want to maybe like
You want to
draw
know?
where where you tied the rope for the break? Just to
Okay,
make sure that zombie see. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a
let
chance.
me
I
tell you where
it's
I put
ruined. It's
it.
ruined my idea, but
Oh, that worked. All right, so I originally assumed because
oh yeah.
I tied it right here
Okay,
because
yeah,
I was on this side
yeah.
so I imagined I was pulling it towards me
Yeah. Okay, I
and I
like it.
tied it there.
Perfect. Okay. In that case, then I won't have him clothesline by the silk rope and then break the break and then the break stops and yeah, whatever. Okay. So let me see. Runs over to you is gonna give you a good
You could
old
certainly try.
hey, that's my line. Um, he's going to do a slam here. Does a 16 hit you?
Does a what hit me?
16.
Oh yeah, he's mad mad.
Oh man. Oh man. Okay. In that case, then let's do. Oh wait, does 9 damage to you.
Sheesh.
So he runs up and kind of almost like body slams into you because you're kind of looking at Toll at this time. He body slams in the back of you, kind of knocks you a little bit senseless, but I mean, you stay on your feet. Um, but you're definitely hurting, that's for sure. And we're gonna move over to Zombie
Don't
A,
tell me
which
how
is
I feel. I am
okay, fine.
fun.
Let me ask, how are you feeling right now?
Pretty poor, pretty piss poor, honestly.
Oh, jeez. Okay, Zombie A here is going to roll for damage. Oh, roll for damage. Oh, roll for attack. I mean, against the first time Finn. First time Finn. Where's first time Finn? He does not get hit. And so Zombie 8 tries to kind of
Nice.
swipes at first time Finn. And honestly, first time Finn is so nervous that when even at the slightest movement of Zombie doing anything, he like jumps back like super like, like like cowardly and like
Yeah.
misses and totally misses the swipe. And he kind of gets a boost of confidence like maybe I can become a soldier. Maybe I can do this. And so he's gonna jump right back and he's gonna attack Zombie A or zombie whoever zombie is in front of him with a spear attack. And that is a 13 to hit. He hits. He just closes his eyes, grabs the spear, and plunges it forward, and it hits the zombie right in the chest and everything, and does 4 damage to him. And so he succeeds. First time Finn is really making something of himself.
Um,
Guard B is going to attack the
He's a war
skeleton here.
hero.
He's on his way. He is on his way. Um,
I wonder
does
what
50,
Dent is doing.
this is hiding probably. He's like, okay, I'm
I'll meet up
retired.
with him later.
I'm retired. This is too much
Never.
for me.
I don't even like Stormwatch Tower.
Well, I mean, technically, he really did like Stormwatch Tower, so I'm sure he looked up. He's like, "Oh, my tower that I go to every year to celebrate my enlistment." Okay. He regard B spears the crap out of the skeleton. However, you would spear the crap out of skeleton, but it happens and it works. And now we're gonna go over to guard C here, who is just excited to be here. And he's gonna try to run and protect you, Marlo. He goes, oh my goodness, a maiden in danger. And he runs over here,
As if
salivating at
I
the
didn't
mouth,
just. Oh my God.
salivating at the mouth. And
He like
let's
shoves
see,
me off. I'm like, what the hell?
Zombie C just barely hits, just absolutely barely hits. Um, that's 4 damage.
Salivating.
And
He thinks he's all set.
but I mean, it is enough to kill Zombie C. And
Oh, okay.
Zombie C, he comes and he spears, and he like kind of spears the zombie. And the zombie falls down. And he begins to just like, "Yeah," and he's like spearing over and over again until like all like the guts are all over. And he looks up at you like all proud. And he's like, oh, he kind of sits there and does some sort of like cheesy one line like, You can thank me later," and something stupid
Just
like
some
that.
Mulder.
And at this time, we're gonna head back up to Marlowe here. But more zombies crawl up the side and I'll return down to the main floor here. Um, the the gate is probably virtually almost closed. I'd say it's probably like 80 to 70%, 70 to 80% closed now. But zombies and skeletons are still kind of filtering through even the restricted area that the gate is creating. On the outside of the wall are just thousands of zombies, skeletons, undead, just like creatures just swarming the walls here. The guards have their hands plenty full, being outnumbered maybe 3 to 1 inside the gates as they're fighting valiantly against these against everything that's out there. And I also have this guy. You are being over. The city is being overrun, very much so, by the undead forces here. And we are going to just move some of these people up here.
Sheesh.
And it is your turn. What do you want to do?
All right. Well, I roll my eyes. I'm gonna
Yeah,
guard C. I pop out. Um, I'm gonna pop out a potion of healing.
yeah,
Use my bonus action to drink it. I think that's my last one. So, okay, regains 2d4 plus 2. All right. Those were both fours.
what? Hell yeah,
So
hell yeah.
I just
And
healed
that's
10.
a plus, yeah, +2, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here. And guard C is now Dame Saver Dello. That's what his name is gonna be because he saved the day here.
Oh, yeah. What a guy. What a
What
guy.
a man. Okay.
When he literally saw me take out a skeleton. He's just cheering me on. I took out 2.
You have taken out
Yeah.
2 people so far, and
All
your
right.
little pet dragon has been feeling the hurt on some things.
Okay. All
And
right.
look at him
And then
saving the day.
look at what a guy. All right. And I'm gonna run away. Well,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
even
I'm not even paying attention.
okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Mm, 30. Mm, sorry, I'm trying to decide who I want to go for. I'll go
Yeah.
30.
Okay.
So I'm going after Sally, seeing how she freaking
Smack the crap out of your pet dragon.
yes, literally smacked him senseless. And I'm living off of my cantrips right now.
Oh yeah.
Um, I'm gonna frostbite Sally.
Heck yeah.
So
All right. So
that's
Sally
a
needs to do a Constitution.
constitution. Hmm.
And that's a dirty 20 from Sally. Sally's not taking any sort of. She's been waiting her whole life
She
for this.
was. She was like this
Similar,
old granny.
similar to how the guard captain on the other side has been dreaming of this his entire life. Granny was sitting there while still alive. When I'm a zombie, oh, people better watch out. I'm gonna be gnashing
You
teeth.
better watch.
I'm gonna be slamming. I'm gonna be.
She's like, yeah, she's just watching her grandkids just like talk back, and she's like, "Oh, you just wait, you just
Just
wait."
wait. She's in the hive, deep underneath Stormwatch Tower. Like my back pain's already like finally gone now that I'm a zombie. I'm going ham. No punches are being pulled today.
So
Oh
I
jeez.
don't think. Okay, I think that doesn't do anything then, because it doesn't
Uh,
say on a save. So yeah, it just says on a fail. So
yeah.
she
Dang.
just
Yeah.
shrugged that off.
He shrugged
She's
that off. You
and
are
then I'm
like
gonna be
frostbite, and she was like, I
like,
don't even care. I don't even freaking care. Mm-mm. Like,
okay.
ooh, it got a little chilly. She pulls on her shawl, and she's like, oh,
She's like dead.
she is dying. Everything on her is either decomposing or falling off. But she has her shawl, and it is perfectly intact. Okay.
The way that you said like frostbite as if like I'm a Pokemon or the
I don't know. I've never played as a player, but I feel like I'd say the names of my spells every single time. I thought that was just the verbal component. You just you gotta say what you're doing. Which makes it funny when you were like on the base floor right next to Tanik and you're like, jump! and you
No, that's not what happens.
you
I want you
take
to
off.
get that out of here. Just-
And whenever you use what is it? What is it? Um, Thunder Wave.
Right.
It's like more like you're charging up like an anime character. Thunder Wave, and
Oh, that's
the air comes around you. Yeah, that's how I've been
or
imagining it,
like
and you
when I
can't stop
start
me.
when I move my dragon tail, I start singing the theme song of Dragon Tales.
Everyone's like, I have no clue what this is. Oh,
All
geez.
right. Okay, so I'm
Okay.
moving my dragon tail.
Okay.
Um, okay, 30 feet though. So 5, 10, 15, 20,
Could have just kept it there and
25.
smacked Dame Saver Dello.
Right.
Like, oh, sorry, I
30.
was moving my dragon tail.
He's gonna come right here.
Nice.
This thing is just, I would love to see like this in action. Like, it's like, because every round is what, 6 seconds? So it's just like,
Yeah.
poof, 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 just going
Like to
around.
see it in real time. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
Okay, so 5. Would we say that Zombie C is within 10 feet?
Um, I'd say,
5,
I'll do
10.
it. Yeah, I'd say yeah. I mean, if we're going like 10 feet from like the end of the tail, maybe not, but like if we just
I
treat
meant
the
like
whole thing
diagonal.
as,
Oh,
but I mean, but then again, if I think of the base of the tail as kind of like the point of like rotation,
mhm.
I'd say I'd give it to you. In this situation, I give it to you. I might not do it again, but
Okay.
I'm feeling generous.
All right. So, and it is, I haven't been keeping track of like the rounds, but just so you're aware, the dragon tail is good for 1 minute.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I don't have no clue on how that equates. I'm sure I could have calculated the amount of people that we're going through plus the 6 seconds. I guess every 10 people would be 1 minute, but
Oh, shoot. Wait, isn't it one full round is 6 seconds?
I thought per turn it was 6 seconds. So like your turn is 6 seconds, and
Right.
then the next person's turn will be 6 seconds. Let
See,
me double check.
I
Oh, like
thought the
the
full
whole
rotation was six.
that
Because
that that would
I
make
imagine
sense.
we're all doing it simultaneously,
Yeah,
so it's like, but I don't know.
I'm gonna have to double check the rules, but we'll continue. Yeah, and I'm not too
Okay.
crazy, but I'm not gonna stickler for the 1 minute and everything. And also, I feel like every time you move it, I guess it's not if you're moving it, it would still be the same dragon tail. Yeah, we'll figure it out. And I'm not too crazy about it disappearing after a minute.
Okay. All
Sorry to all
right.
the rules
So
lawyers.
it's gonna come up. That was a nat 20. I'm not even joking.
I get close to the screen like I can see that. Wow. So that's for the dragon tail.
Yeah.
Perfect, which means you can critical your damage. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Oh, if only with Sally. I was like, Sally's gonna get it, but who
Yeah,
knows? This
Sally's gonna.
this this zombie seed just drive safe, baby. Love you. This zombie seed just meandered its way up to the top to try
Sally, and she's like, "Oh, Sally from the retirement home."
it's about to get smashed. All right.
Absolutely cracked by the freaking dragon tail.
Okay, so okay, 1d8. Where you at? Oh, that's the diamond looking one. So do I roll it twice for crits or do it's just an
You'll roll
advantage?
it once, and then you'll times that by 2.
Oh, okay. 4, 5, 6. So that's 12.
Well, damage, heck yeah. Perfect. And do you want to describe how that looks at all, or are you just smacking?
Yeah, kind of like, like the zombies peering up, he's getting over, and then the
No, no.
stereotype,
Yeah.
the
He like peeks his head over like the wall. He's like, "Anyone up here?" Starts feeling that rain droplets on the top of his head, and he's like, "What's that up there?"
lands right on him. Like
Heck yeah.
because it's kind of like I would say it's since it's kind of further away that it appeared. It's not on top of him so much as like he's looking around and then you just see the end of the tail kind of like
Yeah.
when like hit him in the face.
I get it.
And I
Yeah.
imagine it's like, when you were younger, those like really long sticks that you'd hit your like you'd hit your siblings or something
Yeah.
with, and it stings. It's kind of like that.
I dig it. Okay. So yeah, Zombie C is Zombie C is hurt and he is not feeling too good upon first entering the battle here. And anything else that you're
Oh
looking to do on your turn.
no, no,
All right. All right.
yeah,
What was the O about?
nothing,
Oh, that sounds
nothing at all.
ominous. Interesting. Okay. All right, we're
Neither of
gonna
us
move to
caught
Toll's
it,
turn now.
so.
Okay. All right. So Toll's turn now. Dang, now I'm like, what did I miss? What's going on here?
No, so we'll watch it back and then realize what we did. All right, so Toll's gonna come out and
I'm so
he's gonna
interested now. What's going on?
he's gonna try to bite the heck out of Sally
Hell
after
yeah.
getting
Revenge.
demolished. Yeah. Let's see. That's an 8 to hit for the first bite attack.
Let's double check here. An 8 does hit. Go ahead
Really?
and roll for
Okay.
damage.
Do you want me to roll for the second bite attack?
Yeah, if you want to. If you want to do it
Okay.
at the same time.
Ooh, that's a 6 for the second.
A 6 does not hit.
All right.
Cole
All
just
right.
can't get those. He just can't get two attacks in at the same time.
No, he can't. He really can't. Um, D4. Okay. All right, that's a 3.
3 damage. Okay, I like it. I like
Mhm.
it. I'm gonna go 3 here. So Cole jumps on Sally. Absolutely just goes ham with the first bite. Like even like bites and starts like pulling back and ripping like a dog with a chew toy or something. Absolutely goes ham. Anything else that Cole wants to do while he is here? I don't think he can do
No.
anything else. Okay.
Yeah.
We're moving back to Mr. Time of his life, guard captain over here, living the dream.
I know. I'm like, okay, does he I imagine he doesn't have kids yet. Or maybe he's not married. He's just waiting.
This
I
is
don't know.
his purpose.
This is his purpose here. Yeah.
Think of a name for him while I'm doing his attack. All right, javelin attack. We are. Ooh,
Daryl.
21 to hit. Daryl. I like it. Okay, Daryl. Like that, Daryl. Is that how you imagined it?
Yeah, and I imagine he's like, yeah, so I just got a pump last night. And that's how he talks.
Constantly talking about creatine to anybody that he meets.
Yes. Has no
Like,
medical background. He's just like, yeah, I think
I, I
is that
heard from some
tricep right
bard. I heard
there?
some from the bard that adding this to whatever you're drinking just makes you stronger. I believe him. That's 10 damage. Hell yeah. You know what? He absolutely defeats this zombie
He's,
right here. He's
geez,
gone.
he is.
He's on a he's bloodthirsty here. Moves over this way for a multi attack into the second one here. 11 also hits. Holy cow. Why
Harold is
is this
involved.
dude he r- Okay, so okay, hold on. Am I making things up here? So a javelin attack is a 3d6 plus 4. He just rolled a 5, a 6, a 4, and a 4, meaning 19 damage. Absolutely
Jeez.
wipes this zombie off the.
Oh
Oh,
my heck,
he's
Daryl.
Daryl. Daryl. He's on one.
Everybody's gonna be on that creatine after this.
He's going down in history. Every person he talks to, yes, I did it because of the creatine. The creatine was what did it. Skeleton C is going to attack this guard here. Um, with a short sword that hits and does 8 damage. The skeleton here, he's just fresh up on the roof here. Slices at the guard and kind of cuts him wide open. The guard is bloody, is not having a good
Oh
time.
no.
And he's doing his best. I mean, he prepared as much as he could, but um, you know,
That guy has
he's
a wife and kids at home.
he does have a. How did you know? How did you know that he had a wife and kids at home? And Skeleton D, I mean, he has nowhere else to go at 5, 10, 15.
No.
No, this is terrible. Who could stop this? Who could stop
Benjamin,
this?
come on.
I mean, this could be our new thing. Benjamin, no.
Benny
High
boy.
fantasy Benjamin. And Skeleton D luckily does not
Timothy
attack.
needs you.
He does not land on Benjamin here.
Oh, good.
He lives for another day. But we're gonna move over to our favorite zombie, Sally here, who is
Oh gosh, she needs to
putting
go.
putting on the undead brass knuckles here, looking to do a little hurt on
I
Toll
thought
because
I was the vine. No, she comes out wielding.
oh jeez. Mm, I had to rival you somehow, and it happened to be with a granny zombie.
Who spent most of her time crocheting, but you find out what she's crocheting is just battle plans. So
I
like,
don't Um, it's a 13 hit Toll.
it doesn't. It just barely misses.
Uh, Sally like reaches out with both hands to try to get Toll, and she like kind of wraps her hands around, but Toll is slippery enough that he can like out the top of her hands, and she misses. And so Sally does not attack, but this zombie, however, is going to try to get you here. Um, let's see. With a slam attack, does a 9 hit you?
It does not.
You're prepared for it, and you kind of just as the zombie comes to shove you, you shove him right back, and he doesn't do
I
any
just
damage to
shut
you.
it.
First time Finn over here. After seeing Gerald absolutely rip through the two enemies that was right next to him, he does see, however, Benjamin, a good friend of his, under fire with these two skeletons, and with a rage of courage, he goes 5, 10, 15, goes over to the
You
skeleton
know
here.
what?
Huh?
Maybe Finn is now like he's like, ooh, Daryl's looking a little cute, and
Continue, continue.
and yeah, he's like, I mean, imagining guts flying, and but slow mo. And
Yeah,
Daryl, I'm imagining him with um, who's a good kid. You know those like those Beach Boys with the long hair,
yeah.
the gold like Goldilocks. He like slow mo hairs in the
Flipping
wind.
his hair around as
Yeah,
his hair is flipping as his like face is murderous with rage and shoving the
yeah,
javelin into
yeah,
another.
like Thor looking.
Yeah.
And
And
then
first time Finn
Finn
is
is
like,
like,
whoa, oh my goodness,
yeah.
that creatine really is paying off. First time Finn has had a secret crush on Daryl this entire time.
Yes. And this is his moment to show.
And he gets a natural 20. He gets a natural
No!
20 on the skeleton. He does a spear attack. He does. Oh my goodness. No way. Sometimes I wonder. He just so spear attack is 1d6 plus 1. He just rolled a 6 on that 1d6 plus the 1. So he does maximum damage and it's critical. He sees Daryl do whatever he's doing. He gets just absolutely so enthralled and just builds the courage. Not only is Daryl his crush, absolutely just putting the hurt on all these zombies. He also sees Benjamin, a good friend of his, um, who he also has confided in Benjamin about his crush on Daryl. Just a little side
Oh,
note here.
wow.
He
Oh,
sees Skeleton
no.
C absolutely taking. I mean, Skeleton C just freshly slashed Benjamin, and so in a fit of just of rage and revenge and wanting to show off, he goes over to Skeleton C and just stabs, like kind of stabs the back, like his spear cracks into the spine of the back of the skeleton, and he lifts up and throws the skeleton off the roof. And the skeleton is alone no longer, as he just has protected his good friend Benjamin.
That was cinematic.
Absolutely
Gee.
perfect Finn, first time Finn, and Benjamin here. Realizing that he may not die just today, he still has a fighting chance. He's going to attack a skeleton, and it does not hit. Actually, oh
Oh,
no,
gosh.
that was a natural one. That was a natural
What does
one.
that mean? What does...
I don't know. Who would know what natural one does? Benjamin goes to Benjamin goes to attack the skeleton, but his wounds are kind of are are overcoming him, and he falls to his knees and goes prone, and ultimately he can't attack the skeleton here, and is succumbing to
Oh,
his
no.
wounds rather quickly. But that's not to say that Dame Saver Dello couldn't help out in this situation. We're going to move back over to Dame Saver. He's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Runs up right next to you. Kind of gives you a smirk. He goes, don't worry,
Oh,
I
to
got
me?
this. He is going to melee attack. That's a 17 to hit. Hits the zombie. That's a
Wow.
7 damage. That is enough to
Just
kill the zombie. So, and you just, I got this. And you slice, and it kind of chops the zombies. Oh my goodness! I just realized that the zombies have a whole thing about like not dying, and I haven't been looking at their stat sheet. Because the zombies are the whole. Okay, let me take a look here. I just told anyone who's been. Why is that what you think I missed? Is that the thing I missed that you're like, oh, watch it back and everything? That the zombies have their
no,
whole undead fortitude. Okay, that was a
not
seven
even a little
damage.
bit.
Um, need to do a Constitution saving throw. Okay. So Dame Saverdello runs up and he goes, I got this. And he slices his sword and kind of cuts the front of the zombie's neck and the head rolls backwards and the zombie falls onto his knees. He kind of sits there, puts his hand on his hip and everything and goes, "Oh, how do you like that?" And the zombie then reaches back and puts his head back on its body and then stands up and is like still there.
Ooh.
And you see and you see like Dame Saver is like looking over and he kind of looks over and sees the zombie. And I'm trying to think of what it feels like a Jack Black movie when he like looks over and I think it's like Nacho Libre or something when he's like all like being like all like pompous and
I
everything and
love
looks back
Nacho
and the dude's
Libre.
still there
Yeah.
and he's like but that's what happened. Um, he realized the zombie's still there and um yes, okay, yeah, I totally should have been doing that for the rest of the zombies and I totally forgot. But you know what? I'm pretty sure Daryl has been attacking most of these zombies and
And the
he's
way
been he's
Daryl's
been doing awesome.
going, yeah,
He's been doing awesome.
there's no
We're gonna
coming
go.
back
We're gonna be going back to the top here. Um, the
from that. Okay.
gates are now pretty much like closed. You can kind of at this point you hear just the kind of the large scraping noise of the two stone doors kind of closing, and as it's closing, a zombie tries to like get through, doesn't make it quite away, like quite through, and gets crushed between these two doors. The gate has been closed. That's not to say that there isn't enemies inside the main gates and the guards are still you can still hear the loud shouting below as there's guards trying to communicate to each other. Tanik is still down there, like barking orders and trying to organize his troops to attack strategically. And it's still a mess down there. But at least the gate has been closed now, and it is Marlo's turn. What are you looking to do?
All right. I feel like I see this. I feel like I could see Benjamin. He's right there, and I see him claps. Why was that
Collapse,
hard to say?
yeah.
Claps.
You can clap. Hell yeah.
Yeah. See him clap. Um. Oh gosh. And I want to save him. But okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're going. We're gonna use my bonus action to move my dragon tail once again. Let's see. So it's kind of like this way. It's all about the thickness. This is a little too thick. When it's thinner, it makes it look bigger. I mean,
That's
better.
true.
Thicker is
Yeah.
not always better.
Yeah. Yeah. I think anything that's just right around average is perfectly fine.
And then it's gonna smack that zombie that
Hmm.
um Dello, Dame Saver Dello decided to go for.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. It's a 16 to hit.
And that hits. We'll go ahead and roll for damage.
Nice. I feel like he's just on the cusp. I think, right? Like, I
Yeah.
think he has 1 HP. Let's see. Oh, that is a D10. Here it is. Okay. That is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
11 damage. Hell yeah. And we're going to do this real quick. He fails his constitution save, which means that he is in the position to, I guess he's in the position to die. Do you want to maim or kill?
And we're gonna kill him.
Kill him. All right, all right. Any special way, any flavor you want to add to his death?
Well, his neck snaps back,
Yeah.
and then when it snaps back, the tail just knocks it off, and you see the head flying off in the distance.
I love it. And the zombie body kind of collapses and like kind of like kind of waves back and forth before collapsing. And Dame Saverdello kind of like looks at the dragon tail, looks at you, and is like, and like is definitely lost for words at this point.
And then, so the zombie's gone. I'm gonna run this way.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We'll see if this is enough. Let's see. And then I'm going to cast Gust of Wind
Yeah.
at the skeleton.
At the skeleton. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at the spells here. Gust of Wind. 60 feet long. How far is that? So has it originate from you, correct? Ooh, it's just
Um,
barely in. It's in the last 10 feet of that 60 feet range. That would be enough.
Dang it. Oh, it
No,
is
I mean
enough?
it would be enough
Okay.
to hit it, yeah.
Okay. So use that. Okay,
And
60
depending on
foot
how
long,
you
10
want,
feet wide.
that 10 feet always bothers me. Where I'm like, you can't like put it on. It doesn't match
Kind of
well with
just in
the
my direction.
yeah. It doesn't match well with the squares that we're on.
Yeah, that's okay. So
So go ahead and make the overlay how you'd like. If you were making the overlay, or I can make the overlay if you don't plan on doing it.
I could try to do it. Let me see.
Okay.
We're gonna make it this color and a square. Oh, dang it. Okay, let's see. So I make it small. Oh, that one's gonna. You can do it. You can do it.
Because now I'm worried that I'm not gonna be able to do it. Hold on 1 second. Hey, I don't want that. You're right. What? How did we do it before? I thought we.
Would a
Or did
line
we?
be okay? Let me see. Oh, a line works.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Okay, that works. All right.
yeah.
So, oh, it's still. Oh wait, let me move it and see where it says. From me. Oh, and it measures it out for you.
Oh, yeah. Isn't it beautiful? Sometimes
That's
sometimes it
cool.
really works.
Yeah. All right, but it's, and I gotta make it 10 feet wide. Oh, I
I know
can't
that.
make it 10 feet wide that way.
We'll just pretend that
But
it's 10
yeah,
feet
it's
wide.
on the other side of the
10 feet
skeleton.
wide, making sure that Benjamin does not get hit.
Yes.
Okay. And
Okay.
then, what type of constitution well, is it? Strength saving throw, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then this skeleton here needs to make a strength saving throw. That is 8.
It fails, so it gets pushed 15 feet away.
15 feet away. Heck yeah. And that's 5, 10, 15. It's absolutely just sent off of its feet as the gust of wind um, takes it away, and it's gone. Benjamin has been saved temporarily. Anything that you want else we want to do on this turn?
Nope.
Perfect. Okay, which means it's Toll's turn. He's right now in a he's right now in a
Oh.
cage match with Sally over here. He's just
People
trying
are
his hardest.
placing their bets. You see zombies on the bottom just
Yo,
cheering Sally on. All right. Cole's gonna try to decimate Sally over here. Let's see if he
we're
can
gonna
do
see.
it.
We're gonna see.
All right, first one. Is a 9 hit.
9 hits. Go ahead and
Oh,
roll for a
nice.
second
Okay.
attack.
And that's a 13.
13 hits.
For
That's the
second
first time
attack.
he's had
Okay.
2 bites here.
Nice. All right. Once bets were placed, he was like, "Oh hell
He's like,
no."
okay, I gotta go serious now.
He's
Dame
like that.
Saberdello was pulling out his coin purse. He's like, I'm trying to get in on some of this betting.
He's like, "I'm gonna make that money mine." Okay. Let's see. Okay, so total. Wait, 4, 5, 6. That's 11 damage in total.
You want to maim or kill?
Cole's gonna kill Sally.
Yeah, go for it.
He's yeah. He's gonna take her back to the grave.
Hell
Or at
yeah.
least
All right.
try to.
All right.
She's a
How does it
zombie,
happen?
right?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, Toll, he sees maybe he's so the shawl that Sally put
Yeah.
on has a little, like, um,
A little
a
golden
little
brooch or something.
shiny yeah, like a golden brooch that says "Best grandma ever." And he
He's like,
sees
oh,
it
I want that.
yeah, he sees it and he just goes ravenous. So it's
Well,
up
he
here.
sees
He
his
goes
red.
yeah, he goes for her throat and just
Starts going crazy with it.
going.
And Sally is no longer. Sally is defeated here, which means we're gonna go over here. Daryl, Daryl is gonna run through, 5, 10, 15. As he passes first time Finn, he kind of like bumps into first time Finn a little bit, and first time Finn like kind of like swoons. It's like, oh my goodness,
Ooh.
and over here, and he's gonna come over, still just bloodthirsty rage. Oh shoot, I need to press the button. You gotta be kidding me! Natural 20.
Are you kidding me?
I've never rolled higher than this
Daryl.
Daryl guy. Okay. Which means, oh my goodness gracious, 17 critical, which means it's a 34 damage to the
Oh my
skeleton.
head.
Harold runs over and drops the spear in process, and just with his bare hands grabs the rib cage of the skeleton, like lifts him and just like rips the skeleton in two, and it's just sitting there, kind of like almost like still seeing red, just huffing, just like standing there, just like muscles tensed. I mean, every single muscle on his body is just absolutely. Yeah, if he's gonna get a pump for anything, it's gonna be this. And first time Finn is absolutely just fanning himself as he sees Daryl.
With the skeleton hand. Just man.
Skeletons in hand, just absolutely crazy, crazy, absolute crazy work. And just like that, all of the enemies are gone here. You are out of combat. I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna move back over to. Oh, I want to move back over to the Discord here. Shoom. Okay, so the gate is officially closed. The enemies have been eradicated on the guard towers, and at this point, kind of shortly after everything's been taken care of, and the Daryl and First Time Finn are tending to Benjamin's wounds. But as you're kind of just like seeing what's going on, Panic runs up the flight of stairs, and he kind of is in there. He goes, "The gates are closed. I can't thank you enough for closing the gates." But as you can tell down below, there's still plenty of enemies to go. Are do I still have your servitude to take care of some of these guys downstairs?
Yes, of course. I don't know how much more magic I have left of me, but everything I have I'll give to you.
And he goes, "Well, any hand holding a sword is gonna be plenty of help enough." And so with that, he beckons you down the stairs to join the rest of the fight. Are you gonna join him?
Oh goodness gracious.
Are you just gonna join the war? Are you just gonna like go into the
I've
fray?
enlisted myself.
Yeah.
All right, well, yeah, I mean, when I look, I'm gonna look over the edge. And is it just a mess?
I mean,
Like,
there if you look I mean which direction are you looking over the edge? Like towards the mountain or towards or into the city?
yeah, towards well, okay. You see, if you go back to the tabletop, you see where I'm
Hmm.
at.
Yeah,
If I look over this edge in this direction,
that is towards the mountain.
okay, what do I see?
So as you look over the mountain, the mountainside is absolutely covered in undead and zombies. It just looks like almost like a flowing like kind of almost like a putrid mudslide coming down the mountain
Okay.
as holes are opening and zombies and even like you can kind of see like differentiations between like minotaur skeletons who are like just skeletons looming over the rest of the horde there, like ogre zombies who are kind of almost like stepping on zombies beneath them trying to run towards the gates. It is mayhem. It is there
Okay.
is
So
endless fleets going forward.
I'm gonna turn to Tanic. I'm gonna be like, I think I could stop this. And I'm gonna take the book out that
Oh
I
man,
took
yeah.
from from Cav, and I'm gonna try to read through it and see if maybe there's a way to like end this, like to stop, to an incantation per se
Hmm.
to like make them stop coming.
Okay. And you're gonna pull out the book here, and I want you to do, I guess, an Arcana check, or I guess investigation check if you're trying to read the book. To like see if there's like there's an off switch. Arcana check if you're trying to like maybe sense the magic around the book per se.
Okay, well, we'll see. It's a 17.
17 for investigation or Arcana.
Let's go. Um, they're both the same. Let's go Arcana.
Okay, perfect. And so, as you open the book, tell me kind of what you're trying to sense or trying to feel.
I'm trying to sense the way that the book works,
Hmm.
and then I'm trying to let it guide me to like a spell that could potentially stop this. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't
yeah.
know.
As you open the book, um, as you open the book, like you pull out the book and everything, and it's kind of leather wrapped. It doesn't really have any sort of features on the outside of the of like the cover there, like nothing on the spine, nothing on the front or back. And as you open it up, the pages are completely blank. There's nothing, and so you're kind of like you're sifting through these pages, sifting through the book, trying to figure out what's going on, and eventually you kind of are just at one point just staring at the book, and at the very center of the book, almost an eye opens up, like where the spine would be, and it kind of looks around and it sees you, and you kind of get this kind of weird whisper in the back of your spine, like "You're not my master." And all of a sudden, the ink spots start kind of covering the entire book, and the book kind of becomes all black, covered in ink, and then it just kind of wilters and withers away, um, becoming like a shell of what the book once was, and the book becomes no longer helpful to you.
Wasn't that convenient? Um,
You're like,
all right.
maybe not. Mhm.
Fair enough. Okay, I'm like, great, and then stop stuff it back in. It's all and turn to 10. I'm like,
Nasty.
I'm like, all right, we go guns a blazing, and then we're gonna I'm gonna
Perfect.
follow him.
Okay. And you run down the guard tower, down to the base below, sword in hand, ready for extra danger and zombies and skeletons galore. And that is where we're gonna stop for this week.
Oh my head.
Just I figured that was a nice place to end it.
Jeez. Well, that was something.
It really was. It really was. But thank you to everyone who is still watching. Anyone who got up early enough to check out our stream, we really appreciate it. Make sure to give us a follow on all the necessary platforms like Twitch, like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Anything that you want to add, Megan, before we close it out?
Yeah, I just hope you guys had as much fun watching as we had playing. Um, but yeah, we'll see you next week.
Perfect. Well, really appreciate it. See you, everyone, and we'll see you next Monday morning. Goodbye.
Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Tethered by the Table. It was a blast recording this session, and I hope you stick around for the next one. If you want to watch us live, you can find us on Twitch every Monday morning, or you can wait for the recording and audio only episode to be uploaded the following Friday. Make sure to follow us on all applicable platforms, and we'll see you next time.